every problem by clearing the RAM. So hit the second button, plus 712. Now, how do we type this in? This is going to be the key. We're going to go through this slowly. I believe after today and with tomorrow's work, it's just about after this point is how do we actually use the calculator? How do we plug it in? Everybody go up to y equals. Okay, the easiest is going to be the 5 and the x. Notice that those are on the bottom. We call those our bases. But now I need to get to the exponent. So to get to the exponent on this calculator, you're going to go above the division sign, and you're going to see this arrow up. Does everybody see this? Okay, hit arrow up. But here's the problem. Once you hit the arrow up, it stays in the exponent position unless you command it to do differently. So now I need to bring it back down to type in the rest of the numbers. So I'm going to use the arrow here to the right. I hit it one time, and now it brings it back down to the base. Plus 15x. Now I could do the same thing. I could use that what's called the caret key, or when we use the square, there's a shortcut right here. Here's the square on the left. This is a subtract, not a negative. So subtract x and subtract 3. There's two things we're going to practice with this problem. How do we adjust the window so we can fully see it? And then how do we analyze the problem? Can everybody please hit graph? If your graph resembles mine, can you raise your hand and keep it up? If your graph resembles mine. If your partner does not have their hand up, please help them. Now turn to your partner. What about this graph do you think we're missing if we need to examine things like relative and absolute maximum minimum? What are we missing that we should change? Like, pretend this is a curtain. Pretend this is a curtain. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just pull the curtain up a little higher? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit Windows. And right now the Y is not going high enough for us. Right now the Y is only going to 10. So you may be thinking like, Ms. Bradley, how do you know how high to go? It's just like a guess and check. Let's try 20. So I'm only changing the Y maximum. It's like I'm raising the curtain up to 20. Okay, I can see it. All right, you ready? Before we actually come up with precision or exact points, I want you to turn to your partner. Identify the absolute maximum and the absolute minimum. Go. You have 20 seconds. What is the absolute maximum? What is the absolute minimum? Go. There is no absolute maximum because although we don't see an arrow here, it's assumed that you know this continues to go as you go to the right. It continues to go up without bounds. That means there's no limit. And as I go to the left, it continues to go down without bounds. There's no limit. So there's no absolute maximum or minimum. We are now going to identify the one local, or also known as relative maximum, right here, and the one local or relative minimum right here. Now this is new for you. We're going to start with the maximums. Everybody ready? You have two keys to hit. Please hit the second button and hit trace. Go. Second trace. Now we're going to go to maximum. So go down to maximum, please. And we're going to slow this down. You're going to use the arrows that look like a circle of arrows. And you're going to arrow all the way over until you're at the top of the hill, but don't press enter. That's all I need you to do. Now, you ready? It gives you the directions. The directions say left bound. What that means is from the top of the hill, you go anywhere to the left. Kids often say, like, well, how far to the left? As long as you go where it's noticeable to the left, you're good to go. And then press enter one time. Enter is in the bottom right-hand corner. Then you go up to the top of the hill and you follow the directions again. It says right bound. So you go anywhere to the right of the top of the hill and you press enter again. Then you go to the very top and you're going to guess where are you at the very top. So I'm going to go as close as I can to the very top. I press enter and this is the answer. So if we were going to round this to the nearest thousandths, we would say the relative or local maximum occurs at negative 2.033, comma 19.016. Can I have a thumbs up or down if you were able to get the exact same point? Okay, now we're going to move on to our last thing for this problem. We want to know what is the local or relative minimum. Please again hit second trace. And this time instead of maximum, we want the minimum. We're going to use the arrows and we're going to go all the way down We're not going to press enter, and now we're ready. The directions say left bound. That means from that lowest point of the valley, we're going to go somewhere to the left and press enter. Then go back down. The directions say right bound. Somewhere to the right, press enter. And then we're going to go down to what we perceive as the lowest and press enter. The minimum, if I round to the nearest thousands, would be 0.033, comma negative 3.016.